What's up guys, macadii here. Now today I'm bringing you guys something a little bit different. As you guys know, I wasn't able to stream this week, so I wanted to give you guys something a little bit of a bonus, and you guys were talking about me giving Gallade a go in NU. Now, I haven't really had a time to actually build a team, so this is a team that I just grabbed off an RMT from, I think it's probably Gen 5, so we'll see how it goes, but it looked to be quite a lot of fun. So how it works, you've just got a sort of stacking, sort of hazard stacking Crustle with a sub bulk up Gallade, which might work, we'll have to see. I guess with this special defense, it may work out quite well. And then another setup Pokemon here, the Klinklang, with substitute, shift gear, and then sort of gear grind and return as the main attacks. I'm probably going to actually change that a little bit. We're going to have clear body on there. For some reason the transfer didn't work perfectly, and we're going to go for wild charge here, which just because I know it's really handy to have, and you probably don't need to invest that much in speed. I'm much more preferable to investing in HP there. So yeah, just making a couple of changes to this team from there, and just put that last bit in speed right there. The special wall that we've got here is Munchlax. The point of this is you set up hazards with Crustle, then you can just keep whirlwinding around, rest, sleep talking with the Munchlax, because it's extremely bulky, especially after with the Eviolite as well. You've just got a offensive Rotom with sub Pain Split and then Thunderbolt and Shadow Ball. I know Substitute and Life Orb doesn't sound right, but it apparently works quite well with Pain Split, so we'll find out. This is just more of a relaxed session. So how it's going to work is we'll probably have like 1 or 2 battles this today, and then there'll be 1 or 2 battles tomorrow, just as sort of a very brief sort of jump back to NU while we can still take advantage of the Gallade not being banned. Then the final thing we've got is our physically defensive Vileplume with Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, and Hidden Power Fire, and then finally Synthesis with that Effect Spore. I've used this so many times before, it's really good physical wall, so hopefully that with the Munchlax core should be able to sort of put a stop to most Pokemon in this tier, and allow the rest of them to sort of set up and sweep from there. So let's jump straight into the first battle. I'm really looking forward to this, I must admit. Okay, so we're in a battle against Swain, and for some reason, Pokemon Showdown has just decided not to load any of the images. But that's fine, we can still see from here what he's got. So he's got a Unpheasant, which is probably his defogger, Wheezing, which is going to cause a few issues. I mean, we've still got the Rotom should be able to handle that quite well. The Gallade, we are going to have to wait until that's out the way before we can really set up. I guess maybe we can take it, because we have the substitute as well, so maybe it's not as bad as we're thinking it is. The War Turtle as well, I guess that could also have Rapid Spin as well, so he doesn't really like hazards. Miss Magus will also be a problem, but I guess with a few bulk ups up, Shadow Sneak should be able to break through that. And then finally the Rotom Fan as well, which is most likely a Scarfer. So in terms of the lead, I do anticipate the Regirock coming out, so I'm actually quite happy to go out into Crustle and start setting up some of those hazards. So he does get out to the Regirock here. We're going to get our rocks up, as he's probably going to... We're just going to end up exchanging rocks here. The only shame with this team is it doesn't have a defogger, but we're just going to see. As I said, I didn't have a massive amount of time to actually prepare for this, so I figured, you know, it'd be fun just to try an RMT, see how someone else's team building process worked. So we're going to go out into Vileplume here. I know I could start stacking up, but I would rather save it until the War Turtle is gone, and a Stone Edge would have done quite a lot, because we're especially defensive, not physically defensive. So we can go for probably just a Sludge Bomb here would be the best bet, because he's going to predict the Giga Drain, probably go out into that Rotom. He goes out into the Wheezing, that was the other option, and a Sludge Bomb doesn't do a huge amount, but to be honest, I don't think there's much this guy can do to us. So I'm going to click HP Fire just to see how much this does. I mean, we have 255 special attack. We should be doing quite a reasonable amount to this Wheezing, and as I said, once this Wheezing's out of the way... Okay, so he does pack the Flamethrower. I did forget that Wheezing sometimes pack that. That was a mistake on my part. So we're going to go out into... I'm tempted by the Gallade, because I'm pretty sure I can take a hit, because I'm specially defensive with a sub. If he doesn't break the sub, that could definitely be an option. So we're gonna play it risky here. We're gonna go out into the Gallade. 19%. He doesn't snag the burn, which is really good. So we can go for a substitute here. In terms of threats to this set, I guess the Rotom could be a threat, but after a few boosts, we can start really going to town on this, because he is going to go for a Toxic. I'm surprised he's not got the Will-O-Wisp. That's quite interesting, I must admit. But we can go for a bulk up here, and he's definitely in a lot of trouble. I'm actually really liking this set. He does end up breaking the sub though, which is a shame. I guess with the stab on top and everything like that. I'm tempted to just bulk up once more. Actually, think about it. If he's not got Will-O-Wisp, Klinklang kind of does a number on him. Oh, he's got the flamethrower. No, that's not going to work. We kind of need a safe switch in for Rotom, because we know that Rotom can handle it pretty well. I guess a Sludge Bomb is coming our way, or a Toxic, which Rotom can take. So maybe that's the way to go, because he hasn't got any electricity resists. And we'll see from there. So Sludge Bomb, please don't poison us. That's really, really good. So we can go for a... or even a Shadow Ball. No, we're going to go for a Thunderbolt. Just because it's neutral and everything. I know the Mismages could come in. And we crit the Weezing. I don't know if that would have KO'd or not without the crit. I mean, Weezings aren't particularly specially defensive. So, maybe. We are Life Orb as well. It's a little bit tricky to say. But in the end of the day, I'm quite happy with that. I'm not complaining at all. He does get onto the Unpheasant right now. How much speed are we looking at? So he's looking at a little bit more speed than us. We kind of want to keep this. I guess this is the opportunity to get out into Crustle. Maybe, or... I mean, I don't think there's much this guy can do to Klinklang. And a Shift Gear would bring it to a point where we can... I guess we still need to get rid of that Regirock. Is he going to be offensive, though? That's the thing. Unpheasants... I very, very rarely fight Unpheasants, so which is why I'm a little bit surprised that this has come out. Let's see. So the Mismagus does outspeed us. I think we're going to just stay in. I'm going to call his bluff if he has a bluff. He's not bluffing. So, considering the lack of that, I think this guy's banded. Which means we can go out into... possibly the Crustle? Even the Gallade. Oh, we are Steadfast on this, so we can't get that justified boost. I think Munchlax might be the way to go, because we can start Whirlwinding up here. And I don't think a Night Slash is going to do that much. I mean, Unpheasant really doesn't have the stats for it. And if we can start whittling this guy down with some rocks damage, that would be really good. He isn't banded. Okay, I'm completely wrong here. So he goes back out into the Regirock. We will definitely not be outspeeding this guy. So I guess we just go back out into Vileplume, because we can take anything this guy wants to throw at us. And Synthesis up from there. Because we should outspeed. Yeah, we should outspeed this guy. We can go for a Synthesis. And all should be well. Unless this is a speed invested Regirock. Which I really, really doubt. But, yeah, I'm surprised that's... So is that... Yeah, I have no idea what sort of set that Unpheasant is. Whether it's E-Belt? I mean, that's the only thing I can really think of. So he goes back out into the Mismagus now. Okay, so we can kind of just go out into Munchlax, because there's not a huge amount this guy can do, and we're just going to get our rest off, because he really lacks a hard hitter to do a huge amount of damage to us, and we can start Whirlwinding around and doing all that sort of fun stuff. Psychic does not... Oh, he gets the special defense drop. We're just going to have to go for the rest here and hope... Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. So, what we're going to have to do now is... He is Life Orb. That puts us in a real predicament. We're going to go out into Gallade, and we're going to have to Shadow Sneak here. I know there's a really, really good chance that Unpheasant coming out, but I think we're going to then go out into Crustle and start stacking some hazards. Okay, that does a lot less than I expected. Dazzling Gleam is fine because we are specially defensive. And we can just go for one more Shadow Sneak to KO right there. And he does end up making the switch. I couldn't really afford to not predict that switch. And he is probably going to go for the Rapid Spin here. So I'm quite tempted to sub up here, because he is, as I said, he is going for the Rapid Spin here. If he goes for a Toxic or anything like that, we're going to be fine. We can always set up our hazards later on. And we're going to go for some bulk ups because we should take Scalds relatively well. Yeah, he doesn't break the sub, so that's really, really good news. And hopefully we can take 2. If we can take 2 on this, I'm going to be really, really happy. No, we can't take 2 there, but we can sub up again, which is really good. And a Drain Punch should start regaining us enough HP to start whittling our way through his team. It would be nice to sit at a little bit higher amount of health, but hopefully with Drain Punch we should be able to start working our way back. So we set up the sub here as he does go for the Scald. That doesn't break the sub, and we can just go for a Drain Punch here. So we're going to go for a Drain Punch, and I'll be interested to see how much this does. I think this is probably a specially defensive Wartortle, considering the wheezing. It's difficult to know. I'm not a huge expert on the calcs for that, but we can just keep subbing up on this guy now. So we're going to sub again. Even if he decides to switch out, he is in a little bit of trouble, because I think... I don't know if we'll KO the Rotom Fan, but it's worth a try. Let's have a look. So Shadow Sneak does 40, whereas Drain Punch does 75 times 1.5. 100 no, nearly... Yeah, over 100. Yes, it's going to do more. So we're going to go for Drain Punches here. And possibly... Okay, so that does a good amount of damage. The question is, can we live another? And I think the answer to that is there's not much point worrying about it, because we can go out into Klinklang and just literally just go for a Gear Grind there. I think is the best bet, because the Wartortle's down to a low amount of health. We can save the Gallade because we know we can set up on that Wartortle now, so I'm not too sad about that. He does go for another Air Slash here, so we can go for that beautiful Gear Grind. Oh, Gear Grind is resisted. Maybe just go for a Return then. Oh, that does a lot. He does go for the T-Wave here, so it's lucky I didn't set up. And we can just go for a... Yes, just go for another... Oh, I'm tempted to go for... Let's go for a Wild Charge. Let's live dangerously. As he does go onto the Regirock here as a Wild Charge. Doesn't really do a huge amount. I think it's time to sack off Klinklang here. So we can just go for Gear Grind. And we'll see how much this does. And I think after that, we're going to go out into Crustle. And we're going to set up rocks. And we're going to start setting up some spikes. Because I don't want that Wartortle out here. Well, at least once it will bring the Wartortle down to a reasonable level of health, where pretty much the rest of my team can KO him before he can heal up. And hopefully Hazard's, I guess, actually has a lot of floaty things, which means maybe spikes isn't the way to go. We just need to get rocks back up. Probably our best bet from there. But we just need another opportunity to set up with Gallade. Because the Rotom Fan is now at a point where we can easily defeat that. We just need to get rocks up to bait out that Wartortle. And from there, a sub and I think even one, not even one bulk up, a Drain Punch should be able to KO from there. So we can go out into our... We're going to go out to Vileplume. That's probably our best bet. And we're going to be cheeky and we're going to go for that Sludge Bomb. Because I know that Unpheasant or the Rotom's going to be coming out. Probably the Rotom, just because it's at such a low level of health, where Giga Drain probably wouldn't KO, but a Sludge Bomb will, and he just wants to risk it. And if we can get Poison on this Regirock as well, that would be absolutely excellent. He is lefties as well, so he's not got that Assault Vest, so hopefully that's going to make a little bit of difference. But everything's starting to... I mean, we can KO... We know we can KO the Miss Magus. A Shadow Sneak... Let's have a look. How much did that Drain Punch do? On that 42%, so Shadow Sneak probably won't KO that Rotom. We do definitely need rocks up for that. The Unpheasant could present a problem. We do need to keep Crustle at a reasonable level of health for that, so I think Vileplume is probably the switch to make here, but we shall see. So outcomes of Vileplume, we're going to go for a... Do we go for a Sludge Bomb here? Yeah, let's go for a Sludge Bomb here. And we shall see how that goes. Because I'm sure he's going to switch. There's no way he's staying in. And that's probably... Oh, he does stay in. Fair enough. Hopefully we can snag a poison. Nope. Well, we'll just Synthesis here. Because we're pretty bulky. He does go for the T-Wave here. I'm not too worried about that. As long as I don't get paralyzed at a really inopportune moment, I'm not too fussed. So we can go for another Sludge Bomb. And it is a shame because the Gallade won't be able to take a EQ with the sub, so I can't really set up on the Regirock. I need to make sure I get enough boosts up before I can handle him. He does go out into the Unpheasant here. What did I tell you about opportune paralysis? That's not good at all. So, we need this guy, so we're going to have to stay in. We're going to have to switch out into the Crustle. We should be able to take whatever this guy has, even if he crits us. We can still go... We're going to go for Stealth Rock this turn, because we can... He'll bring us down to our Custap Berry, and after that, and we can then get a Stone Edge off from there. So we set up our rocks, and we can get that Stone Edge, priority Stone Edge, just please don't miss. Absolutely beautiful. That is what you... Yeah, Crustle, you're my man. Yeah, that's really good, because that was the main stop to our Vileplume, and now with the Rotom being so weak as well, he does get onto the Wartortle here. We're just going to be cheeky and put him in a bit of a predicament where he's got to KO us with Scald, because if he goes for Rapid Spin, we're just going to set up our rocks, so there's not much he can really do to us, so that's probably the best bet. He has to go for the Scald here to take us out, which means we can go out into... This is the tricky bit. Actually, no, it's not tricky. We can go out into this and sub. Because we can go out into Gallade. He has to make the choice now of getting the rock, because rocks is going to make the difference to the Rotom. But then we can set up with a sub here. He does decide to Rapid Spin here, which probably was the play to make, but we can just bulk up now. And even if he goes out into the Rotom here. Now, he has got lefties, which is a problem. So we're going to have to Drain Punch here, which is going to break our sub. But we should still do enough to take this guy out. We do have enough. Yeah, we do take enough to take that guy out. And even if he comes out with the Regirock, I think a Drain Punch should still do a pretty decent chunk. I think that's the best one to go for. 47%, that's not bad at all. As a Stone Edge, I don't know why he's going for Stone Edges there. Definitely the play to make is to go for that EQ because it isn't resisted. And we can go for a Drain Punch, and I think we just clean up from here, actually. Just showing how dangerous Gallade is, even with this really weird and wacky set. And he does end up forfeiting, which is just absolutely brilliant. Now, look at this. I think what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up for today, but don't worry, there will be another one of these coming up tomorrow. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the battle, and I will see you guys at the next one. Macadii out.